Let's get ready for my wedding. My name's Shelby. I'm a professional bridal makeup artist, and this is how I do my makeup for my wedding, drugstore edition. If you've been following me for a while, you know I make these videos periodically. The last time I made one, it was all high-end makeup, and this time I have finally found all of the drugstore makeup that I would use to do my bridal makeup. So let's get into it. I apologize for how sickly I look. I don't understand why, but we're gonna put makeup on, so it doesn't really matter. We're also saying a prayer that this hair turns out good. Fingers crossed. We have to start off with hydrating our face first, and this is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream. I'm using this to prep my skin before we go in with any makeup. So I'm applying this everywhere and giving myself a nice hydrated base. Now this glow is pretty, but this isn't enough for me. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion in the shade 902 to make my skin glow even more. I like to put this underneath foundation. I know some people wear this as foundation alone, but this kind of makeup look is not going to be soft glam, okay? This is going to be a full glam, full beat bridal makeup look. So I put this under foundation to give me a nice like lit from within look. I have oily skin, so I am doing my makeup for that. I'm pretty combo normal slash oily. So if you feel like you're more of a dry girl, you might have to do a little bit more skin prep. I do prefer to be pretty dewy, so I am gonna make sure that I look nice and dewy at the end of this, but I just want to give you a heads up in case you're thinking this is gonna be, you know, soft glam or, you know, matte skin. No. I'm so excited for this part because this is my favorite drugstore foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match. I'm in the shade C3. I love this foundation so much. It is so good. Truly, like, it is the best drugstore foundation. I'm blending this in with a sponge because I don't really have any drugstore brushes, but I am probably going to end up using brushes at some point, but I'm going to try to make it as minimal as possible. So I'm going home with a sponge. I buy these off Amazon for $10 for a pack of 10 of them. So they're super inexpensive. I know they're not technically drugstore, but they're really affordable. Okay, next is concealer. You can see I've avoided my under eye and my eyelid area. This is my favorite concealer from the drugstore. This is from Neutrogena. This is the Radiant Cream Concealer, and I'm in the shade Ecru. And I'm going to show you my placement for concealer. Give me 1 second. Okay, here's my concealer placement. Under the eyes, we have some here on the outer corners to lift. We have a reverse contour, and then I have some in the center of my forehead, my nose, and my chin to brighten the center of my face. Also blending this in with our Amazon sponge because we're getting as much use out of this Amazon sponge as possible before I have to start using powders. The key here is going to be light layers. I talked about this in my last video. I highly recommend doing light layers of creams and then powders on top for longevity purposes. This is going to help your makeup last all day and all night, and that's so important when you're wearing makeup for hours at a time. I do this every weekend, multiple times a weekend. I want you to know that you can trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for a very long time, and this technique never fails. It lasts forever. It is cry proof. It is sweat proof. It is jump in a lake proof. Like, you can literally do anything in this makeup and it's not gonna budge, okay? So trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about. I got you. Unfortunately, I have to use a brush with this product. This is the Juvia's Place Cream Bronzer. I already hear people saying, Juvia's Place is not drugstore. Shut up. It is on the drugstore side of Ulta, so that counts in my book, okay? Everything else is pretty much like at the drugstore, but this product is just too good and I have to use it in this video. It is worth mentioning. This is in the shade Honey. I'm using a BK Beauty brush for this. This is a 106. Can you see that I'm being very heavy-handed? I want to encourage you to do the same. Okay, unless you're not like a really heavy makeup wearer, but even if you are like a girl that wears makeup on a daily basis, if you want your makeup to show up in pictures and you want your makeup to last all day, use more than you normally do, okay? It's gonna last longer that way, and it's gonna look like makeup in photos. Okay, this is kind of the placement for that. I'm using it here, right above my natural hollow of my cheek. I put it around my forehead, like in my hairline, on my nose, and then on the sides of my jawline and a little bit here on my chin. And then I'm going to start blending this out. When I'm blending upward and backward towards my hairline. I'm not blending down this way on my face or down this way. I'm blending up and back towards my hairline. Okay, I had to take that little thing off because it was getting on my nerves. This is the e.l.f. liquid blush in the shade Dusty Rose. These are fire. Like, if you just want a good liquid blush, girl, these are so good. I'm gonna be kind of heavy-handed because I love blush, so I might go in with a couple layers. But this is kind of where I place it, right above the cream bronzer. And then I'm going to blend it out with a brush. Sorry, this is also not a drugstore brush. This is from hiiiii, actually. So it is pretty inexpensive. But all I'm going to do is start tapping this in and blending it out. Look how pretty these are. These are stunning. If you're new here, hi, my name's Shelby. I put blush on my chin, and I'm not going to make my wedding day any exception. But look how pretty this blush is. It's so good. I like using the bottom of my sponge just to kind of go back over everything and make sure it's nice and soft and there's not too much product anywhere. Everything's nice and blended. I'm going to use this side that still has a little bit of foundation on it to make sure that my blush and my concealer are blended. Stunning. Okay, next up, we're going to set with setting powder. This is the Halo Glow from e.l.f. I'm going to use this on a powder puff. This is from Huda Beauty, but you can buy them from Shein or Amazon for super, super inexpensive. Okay, you can get like multiple in a pack, and they're super cheap. All I'm going to do is press the powder into the puff and tap off the excess. And then I'm going to press this under my eyes first to set, and then I'm going to set everywhere that we put concealer. So everywhere that we highlighted earlier, I'm setting that with concealer now. Also, look at this freaking powder. Like, it is so seamless. It's like a freaking filter under your eyes. It's unreal. I am going to bake down here just a little bit with this loose powder. My goal is to look like Neapolitan ice cream, and I'm there right now, so we're doing good. Okay, now I'm filling in my brows with, what is this? The Maybelline Express Brow in the shade Medium Brown, and this is really personal preference, so do what you want to do with your own brows here. Don't listen to me. I mean, okay, I just fill them in. Basically, I draw in a line first underneath, and then I fill in with like little hair strokes, and then I blend it out with a little spoolie. Slay. Let me tell you something. Where the drugstore is lacking is eyeshadows. Like, eyeshadows in the drugstore are hard to come by, girl. So I'm gonna get a little creative. This palette is from Essence. This is the nude, nothing compares to nude eyeshadow palette. And I'm gonna use this shade down here to kind of bronze up my crease a little bit and just kind of give me a wash of color. And then I'm gonna go back in with powder bronzer to darken it up. And this is going to be kind of a soft eye look because, maybe not, but this is what I have to work with. So I am going to use the bronzer I'm going to use on the rest of my face. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm just going to put that on the outer edge and just kind of like swirl it into the crease a little bit. Honestly, if you want to splurge and get yourself like a ColourPop eyeshadow palette or even a Morphe eyeshadow palette, I feel like that's a good place that you can spend your money to get nice eyeshadows and feel like you have a lot to work with, because the drugstore, you don't have a lot of options. Okay, I'm taking this shade right here on the same brush and I'm putting it kind of close to the outer corner, but like really close down on my lash line to kind of make this a little bit more sultry. Okay, on a flat brush, I'm taking this light color down here at the bottom, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner of the eye. This is pretty similar to the eye look I did in the last bridal makeup tutorial. It never does me wrong. I love this eye makeup. I do it on a lot of my clients, and it slays. I don't know why we don't talk about these more. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Brilliant Eyes Liquid Shadow. This one is in the shade, what shade is this? It's in the shade Crystal Shine. I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm using it on the back of my hand, and I'm just like kind of tapping over it. And then I'm going to put this right over. Like, look how pretty. It's just the prettiest little bit of sparkle, nothing crazy. I just think these are so pretty, and we do not talk about them enough. We don't talk about the drugstore enough in general. I say that as I was literally just shitting on their eyeshadow. Okay, I talked too much and now I'm out of time. You're gonna have to go to part 2 to see the rest. So, see you there.